Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Myth Busting. Today's myth may be one that I actually started myself. In my hermitcraft LP I've been saying that the protection enchantment absorbs the damage into the durability. So the higher the protection level is, the less damage you will take, but at the same time you will have more durability removed from the item with the enchantment. Now I have been challenged in the comments of my videos about this. Another user supposedly has done some tests and proved that I am wrong, and I will happily admit defeat if I can see the same results myself. Now where did all of this start? I am fairly sure I heard it in the video of another YouTuber, and it seems to be so based off of observations of how quickly armor would deteriorate with the protection enchantment, but I never actually tested their theory, so this is of course what we are going to be doing in this episode. So around me is the testing area from our episode about what damage types we can block with a sword, and using this area I can expose myself to different types of damage when wearing both protection 1 and protection 4 to make a comparison. Now of course I will be exposing myself to equal amounts of damage, and it's going to take me a while to do all of that, so like in the previous episodes you can cast a vote on what you think the outcome is going to be. So I've finished doing my testing, and I've got to say, going into this one I was really confident that I was right. Turns out that I was completely wrong. So what I did for my testing is I went round to all of these different types of damage that we have set up here for testing, and I've done an equal amount of damage when wearing protection 1 as I did when wearing protection 4, and at no point did I ever see a discrepancy in the amount of durability that was affected on these items. Now one thing I did see was the health, the damage that was done to your health would be affected obviously by what protection level you had on. Now I decided to take this a step further and do this with damage specific enchantments. For example, we've got feather falling here, and over in these chests we have projectile protection, blast protection and fire protection, and I saw exactly the same results with those as I did with the regular protection. Now what I did learn when doing this is that there are certain types of damage that don't affect the durability of your items. So being on fire is one of those. Now if you stand on top of fire like that over there, you will take damage that will cause the durability to lower on your items, but being on fire itself doesn't actually affect that durability. And so other ones on that list are poison, you got the wither, so the wither effect, starvation, falling damage, which is interesting, and I also tested that one with feather falling as well. So when you fall from a high distance with feather falling on, it doesn't affect the durability of that item in the slightest. So drowning, suffocation, damage potions and ender pearls were the other ones as well. So another interesting one there, throwing an ender pearl will not affect the feather falling at all. I can show you that right now. The only thing it affects is your health, so this item hasn't taken any durability damage. So the types of damage that do affect the durability of your items are being in lava, standing on fire as I already mentioned, being attacked by a blaze ball, range damage from a skeleton or melee damage from a zombie, and also walking to a cactus. All of those will affect the durability of your item. Now all of these will do just one piece of damage, one piece of durability to each of those for each time you are damaged by it. So for example, standing in a cactus causes you to take damage quite fast, but each one of those will do durability damage, as you can see there. Now there is only one type of damage in the game that affects durability different, and that is explosion. So over here is where I tested creepers and also TNT, and based on your proximity to the creeper explosion or the TNT explosion, it does a different amount of damage, and that ranges from 1 all the way to when you're standing right where the explosion is, where it can do up to 7 points of durability damage. So when doing my testing I had a feeling of deja vu, and that's because we actually covered a bit of this topic before. We did do an episode on item durability and what types of damage affect it, but of course what we've learned in this episode is that enchantments have no bearing on that whatsoever. And the only enchantment that is an exception to that rule would be unbreaking. Of course with unbreaking on an item it means every time it takes durability damage there is a chance that that will be ignored. So last episode we covered mob spawning and if light levels below 7 would affect the rates at which those mobs spawn at, which of course they do. I was expecting most of you to get that one right, however the majority of votes were incorrect. 54% of people voted no out of a total of 2,211. But that is it for this episode of Minecraft Myth Busting. If you have enjoyed it, please do give it a like and help support the channel. It is always appreciated, but as always, thank you very much for watching and I will catch you next time.